The prophecy has come to pass. In this episode, find out if Three Eye Atlas is the misdirection or is it the truth?
Probably the best evidence of Bigfoot that we've ever released, and no other podcast is talking about it right now. You're only getting it right here on Deceptive Reality.
Probably the first topic we've ever covered that actually has me nervous. Listen up to what new stories have come out about Mothman and what they could mean for a very specific 75-mile radius. So, guess what has happened in the last few days, Bert?
What?
Prophecy has come to be fulfilled.
I told you, Nick, is coming, baby. Prophecy.
Yeah, this is kind of with what we talked. Well, this is definitely what we talked about before. Do you remember Three Eye Atlas that we talked about just a couple weeks ago?
We've talked about it like every time, at least once.
I know. Well, do you remember what initially started us on it? Was the guy was on a UFO show. I can't remember his name. And he said that what's going to happen is there's going to be a lie that comes out.
Yeah.
And he said it's most likely going to be a danger from outer space, a spaceship approaching Earth. And that's going to cover up something, a bigger lie that they don't want us to look at. And then that lie is going to go away. And we have to figure out what happened in between that time.
Okay.
So in just the last couple of days, they've noticed that Three Eye Atlas has sort of like a little tail. It's very hard to tell. And they said, well, that means it could be a comet.
Yeah. So
they're saying, well, it's probably not an alien's spaceship now, or what they were saying before. So that's everything's coming to pass exactly as that guy said on that TV show.
Yeah.
So what happened? Like, we might not know anything about it. What could have happened between now and then that would have been a bigger story that was buried by this?
Antichrist.
It could be. It could be. I still think that this thing could be a craft. I think it's still unusual.
Well, there was information that just came out. I just, before we jumped on here, I just looked this up because I wanted to be able to talk about this a little bit on the podcast. It's crazy you brought that up because this is actually one of the things I wanted to talk about too. Let me go back to it. So, like you said, they found the tail. The tail is definitely there, but and I love the way Avi Loeb talks about all this stuff.
Yeah.
He says the comet that isn't acting quite like one of the comets. It's spitting out nickel without iron.
Right.
And it's adding a spray of cyanide. So nature usually will pair iron and nickel together. That's just nature. We find that
just
comets,
how it does it.
Yeah, I mean, we find it on comets all the time. This one's not doing that. And of course, thank goodness for technology, because some of this is a little bit too, what's the word I'm looking for? A little too advanced for me.
Right.
So I had ChatGPT break it down a little bit.
Yeah. And it's very unusual. Like, have we ever seen that before?
No, but again, we've only seen 3 interstellar situations. Right. That being said, like a typical comet, that is not what happens. We've never seen that happen. No, we've never seen this ever.
And here's the thing about that. The way that was detected, which I think you had mentioned briefly before, that they were like looking at with the James Webb telescope, and it could detect chemical compositions and stuff like that.
Correct. Yeah.
If you don't believe this is unusual, or if you're skeptical that they can detect this stuff, this is the same method that they use to find those planets that they think has life on it, because we were seeing chemicals present in atmospheres that are only known to be produced when there's life.
Right. Yeah.
So it's the same science detected both of these things. So it's still unusual.
No, it's
We've never seen it.
It's extremely unusual. Yeah. And I mean, think about it. Like, there's additional information, right? Like, some of this is over my head. So those of you that's listening, or those of you that are at home, it says the JWST spectra it shows CO2 8 times richer than water.
Okay.
A composition stranger than Oumuamua's pancake profile. So when we saw Oumuamua come in, this is significantly different. And very large telescopes logged a steep rise in nickel vapors while finding no atomic iron at all. So you have these telescopes just looking in there and they're saying, you know, typically it might not be a 1-to-1 scale, but they're seeing it. In this case, these telescopes, they're going and they're finding none in the vapor, no atomic iron at all. But according to this, that last comet that we looked at, Oumuamua, it had some compositions that didn't make sense for it either.
Right.
So is that an interstellar thing? Or is it doggone aliens, Nick?
I think it's aliens. And I'll tell you what I think also
is
that just because it has a tail, I don't think that would necessarily mean it's a comet. Like, where we have this unusual composition, could that not be the trail from a propulsion that we're not aware of?
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Like we have, you know, nickel without iron here. And is that part of like battery structures that we have?
Well, let's do my favorite thing. Let's go to AI.
All right.
Let's go to AI and let's ask it from a conspiracy theorist, which is my favorite thing to ask it.
Yeah.
Say this as a conspiracy theorist. Also, we should also mention we did a podcast earlier today. We're wearing the same clothes, so I don't want to hear no comments in the freaking comments talking about we ain't changing over here. Okay.
Yeah. We had to build up back catalog here.
Exactly.
And we'll tell you why very shortly.
Exactly. Let me see. I'm typing here. Also, the tail could be propulsion. I'm going to put that in there with a question mark. We'll see if it sticks with the whole AI conspiracy.
Dale Gribble AI says to us today.
So it says, Object 3I Atlas visitor number 3 from outside our solar is rolling through space spitting nickel and cyanide. No iron tag along, which nature usually insists on like peanut butter and jelly. Harvard Ali Loeb just waved a red flag saying the combo shouldn't exist unless somebody tampered with the recipe, clue in the X-File whistle. Then it says on 3rd of October, it's going to buzz Mars by 29 million clicks. High rise might capture a grainy headshot, 30 kilometers per pixel. And it says, but that will typically beat the usual UFO potato cam. And then it says, so you noticed the shimmering tail behind 3i Atlas and thought, exhaust pipe, you're not the only one. Propulsion plume hypothesis, fuel signature, the rich in nickel vapor plus a cyanide blast. Nickel carbonyl burns clean, giving bright emissions without the sooty iron scientists expect. A handy choice if you want to thrust that double, if you want a thruster that doubles as camouflage. Let's try that again. Avi Loeb points out that the technological craft could generate its own non-gravitational acceleration, basically steering with an onboard engine instead of a riding sunlight kind of appeal. Astronomers are already looking at tiny course shifts that solar radiation cannot explain.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hubble images find far less reflective dust than a normal ice rocket comet should shed. A propulsion plume made of fine gas and metals would glow, but leave very visible grit.
Okay. It's I can't tell if it was entirely agreeing or disagreeing, but it sounds like one thing that I took away from that is it's saying that like this is something that would have a manufacturer's hand in normally if we saw this kind of thing.
Well, it says bottom line, natural comet tails are messy fireworks of water ice and iron dust. This one looks like a precision blowtorch. Keep an eye on it in October's pass. If the trajectory shifts or even starts to drift or the plume pulses rhythmically, buckle up. We may be watching the galaxy's strongest road flare.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think it also mentioned that it had shifted trajectory a little bit that they wouldn't expect from
a comet.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So I'm still on board that this could be a thing.
Alien ship, baby. We're getting beamed up. Beam me up, Scotty.
Here. Let me propose a new conspiracy theory to you.
Okay, I'm ready.
That the lie came on the tail of the comet, so to speak. That they said, oh, look, it could be an alien spacecraft. And the cover-up, the lie that they're covering it up with is, oh, no, it's not. It's just a comet.
Or it is a man-made craft.
A man-made craft.
Well, alien-made craft. Let's go Green Man. Craft. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Alien-made craft with the Antichrist on it.
They're delivering the Antichrist.
Exactly.
Cue X-Files music. We don't want to get copyright stricken here. I don't know, man. It could be that. It could be that.
I mean, listen, stranger things have happened. I've seen stranger things here on Earth.
That's right. That's right. I mean, they got to get him here somehow.
Yeah, that's kind of I tell you what, Atlas has been super interesting for me. I've been covering it now for a few weeks on my channel. Yeah. I've not covered it here recently. I'll be honest. I've been so busy with planning for this trip that we're doing to the Hinsdale.
Which, by the way, is why we're doing a back-to-back episode.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, we're doing the back-to-back.
We do change.
Yeah. Here's the thing is we're technically recording this on September 1st, which is when the other one was recorded. When this came out, we've already been to the Hinsdale house.
Yeah, this is like time travel.
Correct. So, one of two things is going to happen. One of us don't come back to the podcast, and now that other person has to run the podcast. No way around it, Nick.
Oh, well, I hope it's me that don't come back then.
Or two, one of us comes back as a demon. That's going to be you. Because listen, that's me. I got holy water coming. He's about to rule the podcast world.
I can't wait to come back in my final form.
But I tell you what, this Atlas has been an exciting story to cover. And it's like changing every couple days, it seems like.
So I know I've mentioned this many times before, but we're talking about the same subject over and over again.
Yep.
One of my favorite podcasts, they have Avi Loeb on all the time. And what an interesting guest he is. Like, there's not many guests you can have on a podcast, like 14 times every
and it's still
6 months, and it's still interesting. But man, you hear him talk and you're just like, this guy knows his stuff. He can say it in an interesting way. I mean, he's open enough about ideas that, you know, he can have an interesting conversation about it. Like, it's, by the way, the show is called Event Horizon.
Oh, yeah. We've talked about him.
Yeah. You can look that up on YouTube, like Apple Podcasts, anything you want, Spotify. Great show. Great
Watch
show.
Them right after us.
All the time. Yeah, right after us. Stick with us. But then if you want more detailed scientific information, maybe we're not the guys for that.
Might not be the guys.
But Event Horizon will cover you.
For sure. Yeah, because we don't cover a lot of this kind of, sciencey stuff. We prefer to mess around in other territories.
Yeah. There's like, if you're watching movies, there's two kind of movies and stuff. There's sci-fi movies, and then there's hard sci-fi movies where you're getting real science in it.
Right.
And we're the first one. We're the entertaining sci-fi movie.
The one where you know everything's fake.
Right. And they're the sci-fi movie that makes you think.
Right.
So
crazy. Speaking of this might be interesting, Nick. You might find this interesting. I don't know. We're about to find out.
I find everything interesting we say on here.
There was a new sighting.
A new sighting.
At the BFRO. Do you know what that stands for?
Well, I'm not going to guess that because that's got a lot of swearing in it. So, nope.
Well, you're going to have to learn this one, Nick. This is an important one.
Okay.
This is the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization.
That is not what I was going to say at
Well,
all. Bigfoot Field Researchers Association.
Yes. This is like big deal. When it comes to Bigfoot, this is where you go. And what they do is people can categorize their Bigfoot stories.
Mm-hmm.
And if they've got evidence, they can provide it. And then they give a grade as to what it is.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So they've been doing this for a while. And
long
you
time.
Can send anything.
Literally, this has been happening since like the beginning of Bigfoot coverage.
Oh, I've got follow-up questions, but I'm going to let you go ahead.
For sure. There was a I say brand new. It's about 11 days old. But I was going through it and I found one that I thought was particularly interesting.
Okay.
In our Discord channel, you're going to see today at 1:29, I put a hyperlink in there from the www.bfro.net.
Okay, just give me a moment here.
While you're pulling that up, I'm going to read what the person said. So this happened August 20th of 2025 this year. The location is in Missouri, and we're talking about Butler County. And then the exact coordinates, maybe I'll put that in the description, but here's what was said to have been observed. The nearest road was Country Road 448. I would like to show a photo that I have from one of my game cameras took on Wednesday, August 20th, 2025 at 12:30 p.m. I live in Poplar Bluff, Missouri, about 15 minutes west of town. The photo shows what looks like to me a Bigfoot. That's the only way that I can describe it. I was alerted via my iPhone that my camera had taken a picture because motion was detected. As soon as I pulled up the image to see what triggered it, I was immediately curious because I could see something huge standing in the middle of the creek. I quickly went to show my wife, who was eating lunch at the time, and she agreed it looked like something huge, but she couldn't make out exactly what it was. I loaded up the live viewer option on this camera since it has cellular capabilities. By the time I had pulled it up the live view of the creek, approximately 10 to 15 seconds later, the creature was already gone and it was no longer in frame. I had to go back to work after lunch until 5 that afternoon. After work, I called my brother and told him to meet me, and we would go down to the creek and try to see what it was. When we got down there, we started looking for footprints and found none that was on the banks. Whatever was appeared to have been there stayed in the water the entire time. Unfortunately, the creek bottom in this area is extremely coarse, and there was nothing but fist-sized creek gravel, so the ability to see any type of footprint would have been extremely difficult. Now, here's what's interesting. Obviously, he goes through an entire story. I'm not going to sit here and give it all. If you scroll down, you're going to see the photos from that trail cam that he took.
Yeah, I've been examining them here.
So on the left, if you zoom in, That's the photo that he took. To the right is his brother at 6 foot tall.
That's interesting. That is interesting.
And that's from the same angle, same trail cam, same everything. So if you were to look at that, the way I would look at that, whatever's on the left, and if you're listening, I apologize. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm showing you what it looks like. But the picture on the left looks like a parent, and the one on the right looks like a kid. But that kid is a 6 foot tall man.
Yeah. Whatever's on the left is significantly taller. And I'll tell you a couple things I noticed. That how tall it looks on the left.
Yes.
Is not even as tall as it would look if the river was as low as it is in the second picture.
Right.
So it's even taller than it looks like there.
Correct.
in man, that's wild. Yeah, that's very tall.
That's very tall.
I mean, the arms on this thing, because the perspective's almost identical.
Yes.
The arms on this thing make the 6 foot tall man's legs look like sticks.
Like when you look at them back to back, if you ignored everything and you just based it on size and you said, what is the best way to describe it? I would say the left is an adult, the right is a kid.
Yeah.
Like that's the way it looks.
I kind of thought that's what you were showing me here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that thing, but you can clearly see, I feel like you can clearly see like a chest on it, large arms. Like if you look on the right, like that person's legs are probably normal people legs, but they look like a quarter of the size of the legs on this creature.
If anyone's a wrestling fan and listening, the one on the left looks like it's the big show. It's a big bass show tonight, y'all.
I know one of my friends would love that, but I have no idea what that is.
The Big Show is like the biggest guy. He was like an Andre the Giant sized guy.
Oh, let's say that this is Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Versus some regular dude.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Less than Hulk Hogan. It would be like Andre the Giant versus, again, if we were looking at wrestlers, maybe like a Devon Dudley.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I'd say this guy's got at least. Okay, let's compare dimensions here because they've got the perspective on this identical.
Yeah.
The only way it's different at all, like every leaf is the same size and everything, is one's cropped to the side a little more than the other, but that doesn't matter. The shoulders from shoulder to shoulder, double, literally double,
easily.
Like I could take that in Photoshop and that's double.
Yeah.
The head double to triple.
Yeah.
Looks like it's got at least a couple feet in height.
Yes.
On the other one. But I mean, even the proportions, the width of it looks so much larger than the height difference even does.
Right. Like
this is the kind of thing, if you met this in the woods, you would not want it to grab a hold of you.
I wouldn't want it to grab a hold of me.
Yeah. It's the front of it, the chest part of it looks like a lot like you see the gorillas.
Correct.
You know? It's all roughly the same color, where you can clearly see in the picture on the left that the person's got differentiation of color between their legs, their shorts, their shirt, all this kind of thing.
And here's the best part. When you scroll down, there's a zoomed in picture of his brother in the spot where he was. And you can truly see. Right. I mean, that looks like a 6 foot tall guy.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty buff guy.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's absolutely amazing, this trail cam data, because this is like one of those things where you don't have to guess. where this thing is, the shadows and everything. While it's like a different type of day, you can see they're precisely in the same spot.
Right.
There's leaves in the frame that you could trace over and it would be identical.
Well, here's the thing too, because of this website, they want to be able to prove without a shadow of a doubt that what you're seeing is what you think you're seeing. So he's showing what the cams look like from his cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
Then he shows the actual alerts that he received from the trail cam.
Yeah, I see that.
So he pretty much documented this thing all the way through.
Yeah, his brother ain't a small fella.
No.
Like he's a pretty buff guy, so
Correct.
to make him look like twigs.
Correct. Now, of course, everyone's going to say this in the comments. It's like every Bigfoot picture. It's all grainy. You can't make it out. There's a reason for it on this one. He also put the device that he used. It's an 4G LTE cellular trail camera. So what happens is you have a SIM card in there. Once that SIM card goes full, it does not record the photo on the SIM card because it doesn't overwrite it. It keeps whatever photos are there. But it still sends the notification to the cell phone with a quick image. So that image that you're seeing is based on a 4G LTE image, which would be pixelated.
Yeah, I'm seeing now that they're like screen captures because you can see the icons from there. But I mean, I don't feel that that's super pixelated anyway.
No, I mean, for the distance, it's pretty good, but it's you know, everyone complains that all these pictures are always super green. You can't make it out and blah, blah, blah. It's going to be in this case because, again, that's from a cellular. It's like streaming to a 4G network. For anyone that doesn't know, we live in a 5G world. 4G on something like this is going to be super grainy.
Yeah. So let me go back up here. So they give these ratings, do they? This is Class A, the rating?
Class A. So they're saying this one is very, very good.
I agree with that.
Because he gave all the information. He gave the freaking photos. He gave the trail. He provided his 6-foot brother in the same exact spot. He showed the activity, the alerts. He showed everything.
What I can't get over, and I know I keep saying this over and over again, is when I looked at the first picture side by side.
Yeah.
I said, well, man, his brother must be one of those bean poles.
Yeah. No, his brother's a big boy.
He's not. Sorry, brother. I got you wrong. You've spent your time in the gym and you didn't skip leg day.
Correct. He's a big boy.
He is a big boy. So
think whatever this is, it would tear him to pieces.
Right.
That's not a bear.
No, that's not a bear either. Like they can't stand up straight like
that. That looks
they can
humanoid.
do a good job, but
that looks very humanoid to me.
Yeah, it definitely does. This is probably the best evidence that I've seen.
Yeah. I was a little shocked by this.
They had the director investigate this himself, I see.
Yes.
Man, that's wild. That's spectacular evidence.
Yeah.
So this is just off the side of the Mississippi River, which I know is one of like the longest rivers there is, but
that's the thing. Louis. If you go through these reports, you can even do it based on state. And they've got some in Canada too. They're part of Canada also. You can click on their Canadian link and you can see all their sightings. So they like this website gives you everything.
Okay. I want to see if I can find an example. Oh, there's 3 in Nova Scotia.
Oh, look at that. There is 3.
Yeah.
Class B.
They got Halifax Chronicle or Herald. No, it's the Chronicle Herald. Close though. Class B, large rock flung at 2 hikers visiting Mount Uniacke. Oh, interesting. Hikers startled by violent tree shaking and possible ground stomping, also near Mount Uniacke.
You know what that means, Nick?
Got to go to Mount Uniacke.
That's where you got to go, brother. Get your cameras out, baby. Let's get famous.
In a national park.
Well, shocker. So we didn't see that coming.
Uniacke State Museum Park. I'm just going to read this out loud just for fun. It's very short.
Yeah.
I was out at an old supposed to be haunted farm. These people talk just like people talk here. I was out in an old supposed to be haunted farmhouse from the 1700s with my best friend at 11 p.m. We were in our early 30s. We were going to the spot by the lake where people have seen a woman ghost. We were about 20 yards from the bench where she's been, and a heavy rock flew in front of us into the lake, and we heard it hit the rocks under the water. That takes a lot of force. I know the sound they're talking about. I immediately turned my flashlight on and looked around the field from which it came, but seen nothing. This field is about knee-high grass that the rock came from. My friend wasn't a believer of ghosts or anything paranormal, but he was in shock and believed something other than a person threw the rock. We left immediately and felt like we were being followed back through the long dark trail. I can't say for sure what it was, but it's a creepy spot, especially at night, and pretty ironic that the rock got thrown exactly where the spotting of ghosts have been. There are reports of Bigfoot in Nova Scotia, and the place where this happened in the field is right beside a huge trail system through the other. So 2 witnesses, that's the only evidence really. They didn't really see anything. So I'm not impressed by that. So much.
Still, it's something. I went to the United States because I wanted to see where Ohio ranks. Right. So the biggest sightings is in Washington State with 730.
Okay.
That's followed by California with 465.
Mm-hmm.
That's then followed by Florida with 346 sightings. And then followed by Ohio with 330 sightings.
Yeah, you guys are doing good.
And then when I looked at the actual state of Ohio, you can click in and then you can choose by county.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like the hot spot in Ohio is Portage, Ohio. Now, when I look at the sightings, Class B, Class B, Class B, Class B, Class B, Class A, Class A, Class B, Class B, Class B, Class A, and then it finishes off with all Class Bs except for one Class A. So in Ohio alone, we've got 4 Class A sightings, all in this one county.
What county were you looking at?
Portage County, Ohio.
Portage. Okay, so what I want to look at is I want to look at another Class A to see how they compare to the one we were just looking at. So I'm going to say the October 2003 one.
Observed.
Oh, they've called it Fang.
Yes. I myself have found many occasions with the creature I've dubbed Fang. I've come to understand through self-experiences that there is more than one creature in our area. I go hiking quite often in the same area and know exactly where they usually are, as they tend to follow me. Most of the times I am there. My mother told me today about our website, and I felt obliged to write. I fear of people coming into our area and trying to find Fang and his clan. I feel somewhat of an understanding and a protective closeness. I feel like they should be left alone. Okay, well, where's the story? Then it just says other stories, too many to mention. Just about everyone in my family has a story to share. Okay, well, what makes this one? Follow-up investigation report. I've been in contact with the witness for almost 2 months, and we've communicated by phone and email multiple times. The area of encounter is old family land. The family stories of sightings, vocalization, footprints, odors, tree limb breaks, and suspicious nests, which goes back to when we was watching that show.
Yeah.
The witness takes a hike through the area for several hours almost every week, usually with her kids or a friend, and a ritual is to leave Tootsie Rolls in the same location. Who would have thought a Bigfoot left Tootsie Rolls?
This is like an ET story now.
It says, it kind of is. While the candy is almost gone by the next visit, the BF has not been actually observed picking the gifts up. I mention it only in light of all the other activities that have been reported. According to the family, few signs of activity are found during the hikes. See, that makes me want to go here.
Right. I mean, I appreciate this, and they've been talking on the phone and stuff to the family for 2 months, so I think this became a Class A just based on
the amount of
how
reports.
much they trust the person that they're talking to.
That'd be my guess.
Because I can't, like, this one's got no evidence.
Like, it's nowhere near the one we just saw.
Yeah, so let's do summer 94 and 95 to see.
Again, no photos. It's just stories.
Yeah.
Does any of these A's have like photographic evidence? Let me go down these lists. Because the one we just did, like, it's unfair compared to the rest of these.
Yeah. Like, some of these don't even have investigator notes, so I don't know how.
I don't know how they rate them.
Yeah. I'd be curious.
Let me see. Where I live is Franklin County. Well, all we've got is Class A here, baby. We're top shelf.
Well, what the heck?
This says 97, June of 97. That was when I graduated high school. One morning in the middle of June 97, it was early on a Saturday morning. My mom was on her way back to work. She was driving down Williams Road at about 7 a.m. There wasn't much traffic on the road, and but that's when she crossed an overpass. She saw something stooped over on the road. As she got closer, it stood up. So this is a case again. See, the problem that I have with this is she said, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't have photos, I want the person that was actually there telling the story.
Yeah. From reading the other
Wally,
one
lay
there,
down.
I'm kind of getting the impression that, the classification is based on their judgment of the credibility of the witnesses in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Not necessarily based on any kind of evidence.
See, I feel like based on that, then there should be 3 different classifications then: A, B, C, and S. If it is S tier, you've got some photos, you got some videos, you got something other than a story.
I'm trying to find the article that they linked to, but it's no longer there. Unfortunately. Same with the one that was in Nova Scotia. But they seem to be media articles from different times on here. That's an interesting. Oh, here we are. Explanation of the report classification system.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm going to just talk briefly on this. There's a whole page of this, but.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. Class A. Class A reports involve clear sightings in circumstances where a misinterpretation or misidentification of other animals can be ruled out with greater confidence. For example, there are several footprint cases that are very well documented. These are considered Class A reports because misidentification of common animals can be confidently ruled out. Thus, the potential for misinterpretation is very low. So it's not even that.
Yeah.
It's like if your story is clearly a Bigfoot, not something else, like from your interpretation, then you'll be a Class A. So if I said I went into the living room one night and Bigfoot was smoking a pipe and I clearly saw him and it was a Bigfoot, it wasn't something else.
He looked just like Harry from Harry and the Hendersons.
Right. And he said, "Do you have any scones?" and then jumped out the window.
Yeah.
So that's still a Class A.
Yeah.
Because from my interpretation, it's Bigfoot. So it's not based on evidence.
Yeah.
And just briefly, Class B is where a possible Sasquatch was observed at a great distance or in poor lighting conditions, and it could be something else. And then Class C is like, I heard it from a friend of mine.
Yeah.
So it's not firsthand.
Well, that's the one story we just read that was an A.
Right.
In Franklin County. It was the mother. It wasn't them.
Yeah. Well, I thought that they said that they have all had experiences with them.
No, I'm talking about the one I just read where the mom went from the overpass.
Right.
So, I mean, that would technically be a C. That's why I was disappointed by that.
Yeah.
I'm like, this ain't even an A. I think there needs to be an S tier.
Yeah, I don't feel like this is a good classification system.
No.
It relies entirely on hearsay and the honesty of the people reporting it. Like, I don't know. I understand what they're going for, but I don't agree with it.
The one I found, though, that was a good one. The photos on that thing was a bangers.
Yeah. That does not belong in the same category as these other classes.
No, it does not.
That, like you said, it should be S tier.
That should be S tier all day long.
Yeah. I'd like to see him do a dual classification system or an extended classification. So like there could be, they shouldn't have started with A here, but like maybe A plus is like, contains, mild evidence or possible evidence. A plus plus could be good evidence. Something like that. Like this needs to be extended, I think.
Well, and the cool thing is like you can click on things that's been added recently.
Mm-hmm.
And it will give you all the reports that's been recent. And it's ABC, or I'm sorry, A and B reported. But it's just a cool thing to go into and kind of get some different stuff. I don't know. I thought that story was pretty fascinating from freaking.
Oh, yeah. Like that.
With the pictures. I mean, that's
by a country mile.
By a country mile. You're dead on with that.
Yeah. I wish that, because they've got media links, I wish that more of these worked. Because I'd like to see the stories in newspapers and stuff. But
which for anyone
that's hard to archive.
For anyone that does want to know the one that I just covered, it is report number 79083, Class A, submitted by witness Will Boving. And you'll find it on Tuesday, August 26th of 2025. The trail cams is from 15-minute intervals, but there's only one photo of the thing. But again, it's Poplar Bluff, Missouri.
I think I should just, to be clear about what I'm saying, I think this site is awesome and what they're doing is amazing.
Yep.
And I love it. I love it completely. However, the rating system I don't like.
Yeah, the rating system should change.
Yeah, I don't want it to seem like I'm crapping on this. This is spectacular and they've put in some clear, awesome work on this. It's just a rating system.
Right.
Is rough.
And if you think about it, I mean, in the beginning, when they first started doing this, maybe that was a perfect rating system.
Right. It's hard to backfill data.
Yeah.
Like that. And you can't personally go investigate all of these.
Right. It'd be impossible.
So, yeah. So like maybe from their perspective, it's like, well, we're not really going to get a lot of physical evidence on this. So maybe we just have to sort of rate the story as it is presented to us.
Well, and according to their website, they were founded in 1995.
Oh, so they've been doing it a long time now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 30 years.
Very good. Yeah. This is a spectacular website. I love it. And I can't wait to look through more stuff. Yeah. It's just, I think I came off a little judgmental about their classification system,
Nick was
which
judging.
I stand by. I stand by my judgment of that, but website's awesome. They've done a lot of good work here.
They did a lot of good work. This is a definitely good site. That one that I found though, that was pretty awesome. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was really good. See, that makes me wonder if I dig through here, am I going to find others like that?
Well, here's the thing. Maybe you're going to do some digging.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's another thing I'd like to see is like a little icon for ones that have pictures with it would be cool.
The pictures, I think, is what makes and breaks these personally.
Yeah. I think I think they could do it pretty easily. I see that their web pages end in .asp, which is actor server pages. So that makes me think they have a database.
Oh, they probably do.
They could add another field and they could list that if they wanted to. If you ever hear this, please put a little icon to let us know if it's got pictures or not.
That'd be handy.
No, that's cool. A great find. Like that's one of my favorite things that we've looked at, really.
Correct. Yeah. Of all the different evidence we look at, that one just kind of took the cake for me. I'm like, man.
Yeah. And so recent too.
Correct.
Like you hit gold. You hit gold.
I mean, that's literally been, 12 days ago.
Yeah. That picture. Like, I think a lot of times we talk about this. I'm not picturing the scope of the power and size of these things.
Oh, yeah.
And when I see that, I'm like, that could grab you
and rip you apart.
Break a limb or something. Yeah.
It would rip the limb off.
Right. And it makes me think even further, like there probably could be more sightings of these, but maybe they just don't allow it. I don't think you get real. I don't think you get real close to these and walk away. There's no way. Like a lot of missing persons reports could end up with these,
Correct. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, one of these things gets a hold of you. It's going to look an awful lot like you rolled down a hill and broke every bone in your body,
Well, I know one thing for sure.
Mm-hmm.
If we go hunting for this thing, Nick, I don't have to be the fastest one there. I just got to be faster than
everyone else. Towards it.
Do what?
I'm going towards it. I ain't going away from it.
Nick's fighting aliens and he's fighting Sasquatches. Okay.
Well, I'm going to give him a chance to explain himself.
Oh, wow. Okay. Seems
like
legit.
If he's friendly, like we're going to be just fine.
Okay.
But if he's not friendly, we're going to have a tussle.
He's going to spank Nick with his own arm.
He's going to beat the crap out of me for sure. But I can't. Okay, here's like all joking aside.
Mm-hmm.
Even knowing that this thing could destroy me.
Yeah.
I gotta know. I gotta see it up close.
At least once.
I need to know. I don't want to run away from something and then be like, did I really see that?
Yeah, Bert will run away from it and go, did I see that? I don't know.
You don't know. I might be like, maybe everyone runs from these.
I know I'm
going to be the first one who makes friends with a Bigfoot. I'll give him a Tootsie Roll.
Okay. You better have a pocket full of them.
They seem to like them.
That's
that story said they like them.
That's the rumor on the street.
Yeah.
I don't know. We need a pocket full of Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, that thing looks powerful.
Oh, yeah, by far. That dude was 6 foot and he's a big guy. Like he's a hefty guy. Like he's strong looking.
Well, I mean, if we can compare them to apes, actually, even that aside, every single animal is stronger than it looks.
Oh, for sure.
And they're willing to go so far beyond what we do because they're all about survival.
Correct.
It's instinct. Like they're not thinking, if I do this, it will hurt me. They're like, I got to get away or I got to destroy the threat. They have no concept of not being hurt.
Right.
They're just like, I'm getting out of this one way or another.
Correct. It's creepy.
Man, wild.
I got one more cryptid story for you, Nick.
Oh boy. What's this one?
So we've talked about this thing a couple times, at least. In fact, hold on.
Frogman again? Frogman?
Similar to Frogman, I got a sign specifically for this thing, Nick.
Oh, we got props. Oh, yeah.
For anyone that's listening.
It's our old buddy.
My sign here, so metal sign says, "Warning, Mothman sighting zone. Enter at your own risk."
He is the most popular, like, in modern culture.
Yeah.
Mothman is making it big.
He's top shelf.
Mm-hmm.
He's top shelf. He's up there. Well, there's been some recent sightings, Nick.
Oh, really? Now, these usually happen before disasters, so where are they at?
They are harbingers of doom.
Right.
So,
Uh-oh.
the Point Pleasant legend, it never really died, okay? It just simply took a long flight west, as some would say. Since January this year, the Lake Michigan corridor has logged 4 fresh encounters.
4?
Of the Mothman.
Wow. Okay.
So, January 25th, Midwest suburb. They didn't want to be known. They asked for secrecy.
Mm-hmm.
But the witness account said 2 giant bats, one pushing a 16-foot wingspan, circled a residential street after midnight.
That's huge.
That's huge.
Hmm.
The second one, February 21st, Rolling Meadows, Illinois. Driver braked as a winged form larger than an SUV settled on the road, legs oddly human, face unseen.
Hmm.
March 28th, Wheeler, Indiana. Dusk over a cornfield, a leathery figure glided across the rows without an entire sound. And then April 4th, Lake County suburb, witness was anonymous. A 9-foot shadow with glowing eyes matching a man while they were taking out trash. Then it dissolved into the dark.
See, that's what I was waiting for, because these other ones didn't mention the glowing eyes, and we always hear that with Mothman.
But there was characteristics that I noticed with the Mothman in these. So the first one, it talked about that 16-foot wingspan, and we talked about how huge that wingspan was.
Oh, yeah.
The second story talked about how it had human legs, but they could not see the face.
Right.
And in
now,
all
when
those,
we talked about a lot, the face is sort of like
Wally, lay down
a little bit.
Correct. So when you think of it in the grand scheme of things, this thing, it's out there and it's doing some looking around without a face, just like the first stories was.
Yeah. It's some of the pictures you see, it's just like its face and its head is just sort of like a little lump on its body.
It's basically all chest.
Yeah. Like a moth.
Right. And then the third thing, it talked about a leathery figure. And that was a description of the Mothman, a leathery skinned figure.
Right.
And the fourth one talked with the glowing red eyes. So all 4 of these, though they all 4 had different descriptions of what it is, all those characteristics was from the Mothman story.
So, see, my geography of the U.S. is very poor. How far apart are these? Are they quite far apart or not very far apart?
Well, the ones that was able to give their location was Indiana and Illinois. And of course, Michigan also was in the mix. They're not that far apart. They're pretty close.
I'd be interested to see, like, maybe I'll have to look this up after, like making a circle around these things and see if later on there's some kind of big news thing that happens in the middle. So or not in the middle, but just inside the circle.
So according to this information, all sightings sit inside of a 75-mile arc of O'Hare, the airport.
Oh.
It says
I don't like that.
It says either the creature loves Midwestern cuisine or it keeps missing its connecting flight.
Oh, well, that's not where I was going with this, but
it's still on that conspiracy theory life, I think.
Yeah. So it's all within 70 miles of the O'Hare airport?
75-mile arc of O'Hare.
Man, that makes me worry about that, like, if it always foretells disasters, like, is something going to happen there?
Right.
Man, that's chilling. That's giving me cold chills.
Spooky, because if something happens there, like, what's people going to say?
That's a pretty big airport, isn't it?
It's, huge airport.
Yeah, well, I hope it's not that. I hope it's nothing like that.
Me too.
And the fourth story, we couldn't get a location on that because it was anonymous.
But they're saying even though it's anonymous, it still fits in that 75-mile radius. So all 4 of these stories are within 75 miles. But they're saying they don't want their information out or where they are, but it was confirmed it was within that 75-mile radius.
Actually, apparently it's been happening there for a while. Because there was also a group of sightings in 2019 and 2020 around that time.
Around COVID.
Yeah, near the airport.
I wonder if anything happened around the airport then.
That's what I'm looking up right now.
We're thinking the same thoughts, Nick.
See, there was a horror movie about the Mothman.
Mm-hmm.
That actually was very good and very scary. So I feel like we're in that now.
I think you're probably right.
2 airplanes almost collided head on in 2019. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to be on the lookout on the news for this.
For sure. I don't know. Kind of crazy.
What's it?
Nick has found some.
Yeah, well, so this is in 2020, a storm system brings the most significant flooding in history. Heavy rain and wintry mix in that area. Oh, that looks pretty bad. Oh no, these are too hard to interpret. I don't think I could look these up in real time. I'm gonna have to.
Maybe we'll do some off the grid. Yeah. Kind of crazy.
Well, it was 7.3 billion in damages during that flood. That's nothing to sneeze at.
That's nothing to sneeze at. That's kind of a big number.
Yeah. Near mid-air collisions.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. No. Where's our Illinois folks at? Indiana and Illinois, Michigan folk.
Yeah, tell us about what happened in there. Hurricane Sally was what that was, if you remember that.
I do.
Crazy.
Goes the show.
No, you've given me a lot to think about in this episode. I'm a little concerned about this last one.
Yeah, it's a little creepy.
I don't think we've talked about anything that's really concerned me like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, these are all... We're getting to the nitty gritty. That's the beauty of these podcasts. We don't have to tell stories from 10 years ago.
Right.
There's enough spooky stuff that's happening now.
Well, we had theorized during our main Mothman episodes that, and even if you think about the movie way back when, that Mothman's not there to cause these, but it almost seems like he's there trying to warn as many people as possible.
Right.
About this kind of stuff. So if there were near head-on collisions, maybe someone did something with the warnings, or
correct.
Maybe just him being there would make people watch out the windows more often. And
I would.
Yeah, I sure would.
I would. Camera in hand.
Maybe that was the difference between a mid-air collision and a near head-on collision.
Right. Could be.
If it was Hurricane Sally, maybe some people prepared more than they would if they knew Mothman stories were around. Like, this could be all part of the bigger plan from him.
Or people like me that's like, do I really need to live here?
Yeah, I know.
This creepy thing flying around. I think I'm good. I'm out. Deuces.
Yeah, 16-foot wingspan. Like,
call me Chris Brown.
I'd only see it once.
Deuces.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Man, that's wild.
Well, what says you at home? Do we got any Indiana, Illinois folks that knows anything about these things? Is there any validity that you know above and beyond? What about the Missouri folks around here? Did y'all hear about y'all got Bigfoot in your backyard? You know about that? Tell us in the description down below.
If you don't
in the comments.
Now you know.
Exactly. And now everyone's favorite time.
Woo-hoo.
This one better not be a freaking wheel in an airport.
This is the last box I have of this, and I took the plastic off already during our break.
Oh, you're a step ahead of me. I haven't even done that yet. I was just telling my dad the other day, I got my knife here, my Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Most dangerous knife I've ever owned.
Oh, is it?
I've legit cut myself more times with this knife than any knife I've ever owned by at least 5.
Oh, I know what this is already.
Nick already knows.
Yeah. I guess I can tell by the feel of it, so that means I've had it before. And I think this is the 3rd of them that I've got. Oh, no. The one I wanted so bad, now I've got 3 of them.
Man. Listen, you made it happen, Nick. This is really your fault if you think about it.
You know, maybe that stuff where people manifest things has something to it.
Perhaps.
Nah, that's weird witchcraft. That's not real.
You never know. You never know, Nick.
If you get an airport,
I swear to goodness.
This time I'm just pressing the power button on my computer.
I would lose my mind. Now there's no way. The card that has the picture looks different.
Okay.
But I don't know if they give different ones every single time, or perhaps maybe it is just the same one every single time.
You've gotten the airport before and you've got different cards on that. Like,
see, I can't remember.
I think so.
You're probably right on that. I doubt that they would. Well, this one has the pizza, has a pizza box.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've seen that before.
I'm pretty sure I have.
Okay. Do we think it's Argyle again?
I bet this is Argyle. I think this is what Argyle was. No, it's a Hawkins sticker. I've had a Hawkins sticker before. Hawkins sticker is people that are. Oh, did I get another 11? Is this the portal? Is this the 11 portal?
Oh, it looks like it.
I think it is.
If the backgrounds are unique, you've got 11 again.
I bet you anything this is 11. Dang it. Why am I getting the same ones?
That's when this segment isn't so great, when we get doubles.
This is 11 because it's a pizza box. I can fill it through the freaking pizza box. This is another 11. Yeah. Dang it, son. All I want is different ones. How am I going to collect the whole series if they keep giving me 11 and Mike?
If you had to have doubles, I would have wished it was Argyle again, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because I'd bring you one of my Megans and we could trade.
Yeah, that's true. You know who I wish it would be?
Who?
I would want it to be a freaking Demogorgon.
Yeah, or even get Dustin or Mike. Just anyone different. Boys.
Disappointing. Very disappointing.
Yeah. Well, you know what this just means? We got to keep opening.
Well, luckily I've got 8 more coming.
Yeah.
So I'll set 11.
Eventually you'll get them all.
I mean, if I keep buying these things, eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, I got
it's going to become a life investment.
A constant, nonstop invest in the freaking world of these things.
This is what's going to happen. You're going to have like triples of all of these over time.
Golly.
And all of a sudden they're going to be like, well, Stranger Things is over. These things are now worth $50,000 a piece.
That'd be amazing.
And you're going to be like, well, I don't mind selling 2 of each of these because I got 3.
That's true. That's one way to look at it.
That's what's going to happen. I can see it now, and I'm manifesting it.
I won't argue with your energy.
That's right. I'm sure I got a crystal around here I can charge in the moonlight to help you out. That's right.
Do that. I need it. Well, for everyone to stop by, we definitely appreciate it. Make sure you rate us wherever you rate us. Listen to us wherever you listen. Leave something in the comments down below until we see you in the next podcast. Goodbye.
Over and out.
I swear to goodness, if I get one more freaking repeat, I'm going to